Hello you beautiful people and welcome to Roundup episode 5. I'm Pat Curley with the Republic of Players. It is the 16th of March and without further ado, let's jump into this week's fighting game news. So first things first, we're going to have a quick fire round of news, which is Tamaki for Dead or Alive 6 has come out. Spawn is out tomorrow on the 17th of March for Mortal Kombat 11. My Heroes 1 Justice 2 is out, and so is Granblue Fantasy Versus on Steam. That's the quick roundup news, and let's get on to the main news right now. So, news story number 1. Ed Boon, the co-creator of Mortal Kombat, has basically come out and said that there's going to be more support and content for Mortal Kombat 11. And this is brilliant news. It's always nice to hear that games are going to be getting more support and content, especially fighting games. I feel like this is the way that they're going in the future. Release maybe 1 or 2 games every console system and then just support the hell out of them with new characters, new content, and continually updating it to keep it a fresh experience throughout the whole generation. It's not too much surprise that there'll be more content coming to Mortal Kombat. There was rumours back in January that there was going to be another Combat Pass with characters like Mike Myers coming in, and with how much Mortal Kombat loves to throw in guest characters, it sort of holds up, especially now that Ed Boon has come out and sort of confirmed that more stuff is coming to Mortal Kombat 11. News story number 2, which is the beloved Dead or Alive 6. Now, if you've been following the last 2 or 3 episodes, we've been covering Dead or Alive and the rather scummy microtransactions they've had implanted into the most recent update for the PS4 of the game. Now, it was awful. Like, it was €1 to change the hair color of a character, and that's not on. You weren't even allowed to keep the hair color that you paid for. You'd lose the one that you had previously as well. So, yeah, it's slightly better now? Yeah? Okay, so what they've done is that instead of you change the hair color, you pay €1, that's completely gone, and they've reworked it, so now you just go and buy the hair colors separately as DLC, and that's just... it's kind of awful. Like, for something like hair colors, you feel like they should have been able to put this into the game as something you could unlock or just have to begin with. But no, they have all the hair colors now as separate DLCs, and let's say if you wanted to buy all those hair colors, well, yeah, you'd want to sell all your vital organs. But it's madness in all honesty. Like, it's over something so simple when I don't know even what to say. Like, this really shouldn't be downloadable content or something that is worth paying for. Like, costumes, characters, okay, but hair color, I don't know. Like, they're pushing it quite a bit there, and it's scummy to the point that I can't actually think of a worse word to use at the moment. It's abysmal, disgusting, horrendous, all those words. And hopefully someday Dead or Alive starts to be a bit more generous with the content rather than always having it behind a paywall, and an expensive one at that if you want everything. So, on to news story number 3, which is them fighting herds, which is used to be a sort of My Little Pony fighting game before it changed into this because of issues with Hasbro not wanting a fighting game of My Little Pony. But yeah, this game has been in early access for a while now, and it is finally coming out of early access. It looks phenomenal. Its 2D animation is brilliant, and I hope it comes to consoles at some point pretty soon. But yeah, apart from just coming out of early access, it also is getting a sort of story mode, and it's going to be updated episodically. It's great that this is actually going to be like adding more to the game that's already there. It's 6 characters so far at the moment. It's been received pretty well by anyone who's usually played it. It's beautiful, it's everything, and hopefully it continues to expand and grow, and from the looks of it, it's going to be expanding with a very ongoing story, and hopefully we even get new characters at some point. It'd be really cool to see. But yeah, that's them fighting, them's fighting herds. And yeah, it's coming out of early access, so be sure to keep an eye on that one. So we're on to news story number 4, which is that Faust from Guilty Gear is going to be having a crossover event in a roguelike game called Mistover. Now, originally I was sort of like, I never really thought of an idea like this, in all honesty. Like, it's pretty cool seeing Faust in another game and actually looking like he belongs there entirely. And actually looking at it, like, some fighting game characters are super like creative looking and would seem that they had the energy to fit in with most any other game as a crossover character, and this is, it's really sort of cool. So it is. It also keeps Guilty Gear in the mind as well, with of course Guilty Gear Strive coming out sometime this year. It's going to keep the momentum for that game going. And yeah, that's a quick little news story on Guilty Gear. Now on to the next one, which is news story number 5. So with My Heroes 1 Justice 2 having just come out, we have also garnered that there's going to be 5 DLC characters, and that they have all actually been data mined, because who wants surprises anymore in video games for DLC characters? But yeah, the characters that have been data mined are Mei Hatsume, Gentle, Hawks, Kendo, and Tetsu Tetsu. Now, it's actually a really good lineup from what I'm seeing. Like, I think there's a character there for anyone who really wants to explore the game. Like, I feel like Mei Hatsume would be the sort of oddball character that people will find interesting to explore around with, because like, she invents things, and obviously I have a feeling that her moveset will be sort of eccentric compared to others. But then you have other characters like Hawks, who yeah, like I think he's going to be the first character in the game that has the proper ability to fly. So I'm like, the wings on his back, how is that going to work? Like, is he going to have a sort of special moveset when he's juggling people in the air? Maybe, maybe not. I might be thinking a bit too much into that there, but it'd be nice to see him have some sort of difference or aerial advantage over other characters due to the fact that he does have wings and can fly. But yeah, there's the only one that I actually feel that really might not interest too many people is Tetsu Tetsu. And that's because if anyone who follows My Hero Academia or even the One Justice games, is that Kirishima has an exceptionally similar quirk to him. So I have a feeling that there's not going to be much difference between the two, that will only be a very slightly altered moveset. And yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they incorporate him into the game, and how much differences there will be between him and Kirishima. But yeah, it's cool that it's getting 5 DLC characters. It's slightly a bit of a bummer that like they were data mined like instantly when the game came out. But yeah, it'd be fun to see them as they trickle out over the next few months. Now, usually I would go on and say that, you know, what fighting game competition is on. Unfortunately, the coronavirus has sort of just cancelled everything or postponed things. And yeah, there's nothing really on. But if you are looking for a challenge, there is a great online tournament being done by Ronin Rumble, which is the Samurai Showdown game. If you want to jump into that, it's purely an online tournament. So I'll leave a link down to the Twitter, and you will get all the information for that if you want to jump onto that tournament. But yeah, that's everything for this week. I've been Pat Carey from the Republic of Players, and until next time, have a good one.